You think that what you're fighting, this Matari, can be won by physical strength or verbal threats. Words cannot sway her. Knowledge will not scare her. Only defiance. That is what we're doing. A crude way of putting it. But yes, that is exactly what it is. But it is the only way. To die free is far better than to be playthings for sick and maniacal purposes. At least that way, the beast can die. There is no reason to live if you can't find bliss. And for her, bliss is the only reason she can exist. The plan is simple. There is no grandiose device that will mark the end of all living beings on Earth. It will be unleashed quietly and without warning. The nature of the weapon is quite Of course, I won't tell you what it is because that would be absurd on my part. It's our only hope after all. You say that now, but what will you do when you cross the line and see that there is no other course of action? The being that chose to attack us rather than guide us out of madness. You have learned more from me than you can from her. She chooses who she speaks to. She hasn't said a word to me, a sign that she is still as emotional as the rest of her clan. She has learned nothing in the time she has spent in solitude. If you want to sift through a disregard for lesser beings, be my guest. It's obvious one of her kind has already spoken to you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have stopped to ask me questions about Matari. I die. You won the battle today by your presence alone. A shame, since Bezeroth could have been the site of two major defeats for the Sun. Instead, it was a victory won by a pitiful, dull display of swords and shields. Then let us be the ones to do it. We will be the last. Then I'll be taken prisoner by the sirens and killed without honor. Do it. I need to die with honor.
No. No, you don't.
You still have humility. Just don't be too hard on yourself, child. At the end of the day, we can't all be heroes.
Alright. Thank you all so much for joining me. I am so sorry that my Twitch decided to drop off the face of the earth, and it took me a little bit to fix. I did not realize it until I got up into the grotto, and it took me a little bit to fix. I am so sorry if you guys missed anything and I was not able to patch it up together in the latest episode. I will explain what you guys mixed in the next episode, but until then, let's get back to
He had my sword.
Serenity.
That Arconian had my sword.
You mean
You
Bosco?
just missed him. He climbed the scaffolds and jumped. Know him? That's
he's an
me.
ass.
And what's your name?
Pablo Picasso III.
So do I. Pull up a rock and sit down because we need to talk.
No.
You and the Purity Man weren't friends. You might be someone I can trust. Or you might not. Let's find out. Why don't you start from the beginning and tell me who you are and what you're doing? Oh, well, things have changed so much. 103 years since I was abandoned here. Until today, I haven't spoken to anyone. Strange people have come and gone through this grotto for the past decade. I hear what they say, but without context. I never understood until... It's all coming together. The missing chapter has been found, and Matari is the writer.
Ooh, fancy.
I make no promises, but before we get to that point, you must be given a history lesson.
Oh.
200 years ago, I destroyed the hist tree planted at this very spot. What you don't know is that the Pinder family became the target of retribution for my act. At the time, we thought it was a case of mistaken associations. The Pinder twins that were poisoned by Purity's arrow sap served as housemaids for the champion. If it weren't for them, the champion would have never discovered the existence of Project Purity or my people. The champion was instrumental in allowing me to destroy the Tree of Temptation. Yes, we fought side by side in this grotto until I had to make my sacrifice to destroy the tree. We parted too soon. If only she were still around so you could see her in battle. Her prowess was enough to move even an orc to tears. Anyway, all was quiet for almost 4 years. For my sacrifice, my soul merged with my creator's. Everything she saw, I saw. I was alive and I could see events unfold. When Purity began attacking the Pinder family, we thought it was due to the fog of war caused by the champion's interference. If only it was so simple.
So this all started because of you. If you hadn't destroyed the history, my family wouldn't have gotten involved in this war.
I'm so sorry. The tree was an evil abomination. It had to be destroyed. The Pinders were simply at the wrong place at the wrong time. If they hadn't found the champion in time, things would have become very, very unpleasant on Nirn. Through their suffering, they gave your world hope. So we honored them. As the Shadow War dragged on between Purity and the Pinders, we provided a select few with shelter and training. The family came to call my people holy matrons, for we had become their mothers. Despite all the losses the Pinder family endured, they survived. We watched with sorrow and pride. Like any mother, we wanted to constantly protect them, but we couldn't. We are creatures that are shunned in your world, and for good reason. We walk a fine line between love and lust. Our existence must be kept secret to all but the chosen. Things went smoothly for 100 years. Then our connection to the Pinders and to the world was severed. For 2 years the world was dark. My soul was expunged from my spiritual mother, the goddess. My soul flung back here as a grand insult by fate. The shrine that the matrons were building for me had been abandoned. I feared the worst. For 100 years, I thought they were all dead. Until finally, today you tell me that they might still live. An observer came to you, a holy matron. I don't know, I'd been out of the loop for a century. Change in leadership, maybe? Or maybe that's part of their intricate plan? I can assure you that they're still friends. The observer you spoke to is someone I know. There's only one woman in the Legion that doesn't spread her legs open at the sight of a charming lady. Well, if you want to be blunt, you don't contact them, they contact you. After skies divide, she said. Maybe they'll speak to you again if you survive. As for me, I would have done it years ago if I could. I'm stuck here and I'm lonely. Be thankful. If all of this were happening in the last era, you would have been taken in and forced to love our ways whether you liked it or not. Yes, but everything you're telling me has a common element that only I can recognize. I don't need to know Serenity sirens to say that I don't consider their name flattering. They're using it as a front. I saw strange women walk into this grotto 10 years ago. 4 Ashen, 1 Redguard. It would have been so easy to speak to them, but I didn't need to. I knew each and every single one of them. New people, but part of the same exclusive club as the previous 5. They crave pleasure just like the Holy Matrons, only they follow a very different philosophy from a different mother. Tari. That's a name I've never heard before until today. A name's a name. You can change it whenever you start a new game, but you're still the same person.
Don't break the fourth wall.
But you do know her.
To know someone and to know of someone are 2 different things. My people's history is a long and troubled one. You can say it was shaped by what we're calling Tari.
Your people fought Matari?
Long ago. We failed because we thought she could be beaten into submission. My sword was used against her. It worked temporarily. She came back. You see, you can't win against Matari through physical means. It's a mental battle. Your dreams are just the beginning. You've yet to experience even her weakest methods of manipulation.
Can she be stopped?
No.
There has to be a way.
I was afraid of this. No one wants to be told they're going to die the next day. As major as it gets, it's a difficult concept to explain, that nothingness. Hard to comprehend. It would make my head hurt if I still had one. But that's what will happen when she wins. Everything will cease to exist except for her. But it must happen when she chooses. Otherwise, she wouldn't survive. Which brings me to Purity's plan. What do you think of it? Good idea? To kill everyone before she can? There is another plan. You could do what my people have been doing for thousands of years. You can just live life how you want it to be lived. Oh, it will take you places if you choose to keep going. I wouldn't blame you if you decide to turn. There is always a point.
You strike me as like a
turn.
stupid blonde.
Last,
Like the
there's this new
stereotypical
plan
blonde
proposed
stupidity.
by the
And I
Observer.
feel like this woman embodies that.
As I said, I make no assumptions, so I will only tell you this. There will be sacrifices. Your goal will be to inspire fear. She will tempt you, and you will lose your sanity. But when you've nothing else to lose, well, you'll know what to do. It's different for everyone that's tried. The Purity Fellow said it better than I could. You will not understand. You need to see things for yourself. No one is ever ready. Why don't you tell me? I wish. My people would have tamed her long ago. Our realm is a paradise for those kinds of creatures. But Matari loathes our realm. Her lust is beyond mortal comprehension. Can you believe that? Not even I can. You give her too much credit, or would it? Matari isn't all-powerful and all-seeing, but you don't need to be when you can bend people at will with so little as a whisper. Maybe in Matari's past life? Sure. Well, Matari's true self is just behind the curtain. You got it! That's exactly who she is! Clap, clap!
I'm gonna smack you.
I've told you all you should know and what you need to know to prepare yourself. It's funny. Normally the player doesn't learn the opponent's true nature until the end, but this is... You can't expect to win by playing by the rules. Cheat and prosper. That's the only way. Now you know what you must do, right? Exactly. Play her game and then defy her when you're at your lowest. You'll know when. Listen, I'd love for you to stay and chat, but it looks like we've attracted an audience.
Hey, call them off.
May I remind you that our people are still at war.
Don't worry about them. You two go up to the scaffolds and jump. I have a surprise I've been waiting to show off. Explosives, courtesy of the Golden Maidens. Rigged until I disarmed them with my mind.
Wait, what will happen to you?
Why don't we find out? Come on, Purity, remember me?
We need you to tell the other sirens what you know.
It's too late for them.
What? Wait, tell us. What is Sky's Divide?
It all comes to an end. Now go, get out of here.
Get to the top of the scaffolding. Go, go, get to the chopper.
Jump!
Explosion! Is there a dragon shout in there too? Yes, it's all out the way. Lilith.
Very
Shit just hit
dangerous
the
to jump
fan.
into shallow waters.
We owe Serenity for the soft landing.
The
We can talk
being
on
of
our way
love
back to
and
the
peace.
palace.
It's over. Kasha tells me you spoke to Serenity. What did she say? It's disturbing. A lot has happened. There's no point in hiding my feelings anymore. We need to work together to stop her, but we'll need to keep it as quiet as possible. If you decide to continue, I'll still be here. I'm going to request a transfer to Pazarath for me and the rest of the team. If I'm going to help you, I want to be as far away from Atari as possible. I'll try to dig up any clues about Trisha's whereabouts in the meantime. You need to keep fighting. Serenity gave you 3 plans, but only one of them could save the world. We either let Purity win, or we do something to stop them, and Matari. Serenity is wrong. There is still hope. You two need to get back to the palace. I'll take you back to the mainland and bring the boat back here. And ma'am, please take care of yourself. The world needs you.
What if she's right? Serenity. What if we shouldn't get involved with this any further? We might be making matters worse if we try to stop Matari.
Stupid phone, I can't see who's talking to me.
But what has she done? We both had a vision the first night we slept at the palace. It terrified me, but it didn't hurt. We're being told she'll destroy the world, but will she? Besides what Serenity and Purity told us, I wouldn't have even thought of that. The one time I saw her, and the few times you saw her, was there anything that would indicate that's what she's planning? Trust us, and the worst that'll happen is you lose the approval of the Sirens. Trust Matari, and you risk damning countless realms. That's what you told Serenity, and what the Observer told you. So are we going to do it? Throw away everything my father built up his entire life to stop someone who may or may not be a threat? You're right. Then we'll do what we have to do. I don't like it, but like Lilith, I'm with you. You're smarter at this sort of thing than I am, but I hope this doesn't turn out to be one. Serenity said that the most we'll achieve is scaring Matari, and even that is uncertain. So no matter what we do, we'll never know if we succeed. We might as well, huh? We need to head back to the palace.
To the palace. If I remember correctly, Matari wants to put her speech in the armory. Open. Yep, to the armory. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You remind me of Kakashi.
Good work out there.
Thank you.
My scouts are pleased
Yeah.
with what they saw.
Splendid work, you two!
Hi there.
You hurt my ears.
Congratulations!
Need something?
Tell me, what weapon did you use to cut those purity fools in half? One of mine? Yes?
You showed Purity the error of the ways.
Welcome home. Oh, hush, hush. Here's your payment. Now make way for Mistress Matari and her illustrious golden maidens.
Oh, God.
Good evening, ladies. Today we have learned that your sisters and new courageous commander have won back Fort Pazarat. Your fallen sisters have been avenged. Now we march forward with our heads held high, ready to end this war as quickly as Purity's return. Our beloved mistress has something to say. I know you're all eager to hear her words, but first we must honor a recent addition to our legion. A hero who has fought Purity head-on at Pazarat, a vanguard of peace and justice.
They're talking about you.
The daughter of our late
What about
leader,
you?
Kasha Pinder.
What?
Miss Pinder, it is with great privilege that I grant you the katana wield. Carry it with pride. Your family's sacrifice has brought us to this historical moment. You are no longer a trainee. You are one of us. Welcome to Serenity's Sirens, dear sister.
Two people clapped.
I would like to review the report from Fort Pazarat.
Nay to that! We want Matari!
Well, I guess we can debrief all of you later. Now the moment you've been waiting for. I present to you, Mistress Matari.
My faithful warriors and daughters. It has been over 40 years since our order was founded. There have been many changes, but our goals have remained constant.
What the
Marcus
fuck?
and his wife Zell swore that Serenity Siren would protect the Pinder family and bring the end of Project Purity. With great sadness and regret, they will not live to see that day. We may have failed to protect them, but our victory at Fort Pazarat is a testament to their legacy of courage. Through death, Pinder family has brought us together. Many of you are Tamriel born who have left your homes to serve our cause. Many more of you are ashes. No place to call home. That is why to announce my final gift to you. When this war is over, all of you will have a home. Our journey is reaching a climax. Purity's return is one last act of desperation. Their resistance to change has run its course. One final blow is all it will take to knock the beast to the ground. We have learned the location of their last stronghold. Innocence, an underground labyrinth deep within the heart of Skyrim. It will take many months of preparation before we can strike. But when we do, we will prevail. Then, at last, there will be harmony. For when Purity falls, the Pinder family will be avenged and our journey will come to an end. As young a family name into the future, we will be warriors without a cause. I am asking all of you, Ashen and non-Ashen, to choose your destiny when this war is over, be it with the rest of your sisters or alone. When purity dies and falls, we will be free. Goodbye, my children. You are all dismissed.
Wonderful, my mistress. Thank you so much. Now,
Can we talk back in our dorm?
you'll be getting your assignments. Our fellow maidens and I are your new battle masters. Well, okay. Maybe later.
Where did Matari go? There
We
she
may
is.
speak in my chambers.
Alright, that was a little weird.
Tell me, what weapon did you use to cut those purity fools in half? One of mine.
Let's go speak with Matari first.
Glad you came by. I wanted to let you know that you'll be taking missions directly from Matari now on. Go on. True, there was another maiden in charge, before she was killed in the attack on Fort Pazarath. I moved up in rank while Zana was quickly ushered into our elite group. She is fitting in quite well given her prior service as a charm instructor. Flirty? Hey, it comes with being a leader. I have to tone it down just a little so I can be taken seriously. But when I'm out of here, there's no stopping me from playing. No, Freya has a personality that only meshes well with someone as aggressive and daring as she is. She's as skilled with a maiden, but she has no care for seduction. At least not the kind we practice. Mistress Matari created the position of right hand just for her. Sometimes I feel that Freya has been given too. But as a loyal golden maiden, I can only express respect towards my comrade. If you insist on leaving.
Matari, you've changed colors.
Thank you for your service. Fort Pazarath would not have been won shortly before your mission with Freya. One of our scouts pointed the It has been a decade since we began searching for their fortress. We should have suspected that it would... We must prepare us. I believe that we must focus on immediate matters. My golden maidens, their time spent with me since the death of Marcus has made them lethargic. You can help them. Follow me. I believe you've already been acquainted with each. They are icons of loyalty, a soul that must be nurtured so it may... The maidens have a sacred communion. In times of peace, they regularly attended the Temple of Dibella in Mark. Our war has disrupted this routine and has... I am requesting that you escort all of them to Markarth so they may regain their strength. When you arrive at the temple, I ask that you stand guard outside while the maidens In addition, they will be meeting with the private contractor that has made... Our battle with purity is approaching, and we are due for additional supplies. I believe you... They are a soul... The maiden...
Shit, I pressed the wrong button.
I am requesting that you... When... In... Our... The contractor has everything we need to ensure... Then I await your return.
Well, shall we go? It's a matter of modesty. We do not wish to alienate any of our fellow worshippers by attending services in expensive dresses. In the company of Dibella, we are all equal and available. Take the lead. Oh, and do take your time. We don't mind the view. Not at all. The sooner we get there, the better. Excuse me, Commander. I didn't mean to dodge the question. After your mission with Freya, I suppose you would like some honesty. Yes, Captain Coordinate. She's doc... But first comes fun. A sea lady like her deserves high-class entertainment while on land.
Alright, let's go talk with,
The Golden Maidens are in charge now, huh? Can't wait to see what crazy missions you'll be involved in now.
dormitories. We gotta go talk to our Keisha. Load up. Oh, my archery. Alright, you saw us on my door. Not there, she's probably is that so you come every night. This is dreaming, none of this is real. I'm in the center, face me. Anything you're wrong. Anyway, you're wrong. You're here because you're feeling guilty about the last assignment. Only for 5,000 gold shield. That's dark, pretty dark. What am I reading? Booked it out of the cloud of objects. If that's what you want it to be, then yes, of course it is. Okay, so that, I guess this was the tale of, sorry guys, I can't, I zoned out.
My mother's name was Zell. That's it. My entire family's history is lost. Listen, Matari is taking the sirens into a different direction. I'll make sure the sirens... It's going to be dangerous, but who knows? I might be the only person that is standing between Matari and her goal. I won't! And you need it. I've been meaning to tell you. I've convinced the sirens to let me stay with you on the condition that you help. Like I said, I'd love to see Skyrim. Right? Now that I know this katana belonged to my father. Great. Can't wait. I have a chest back home in Jonestead. The sirens gave me the standard issue medium armor, but I'm sure my weapon is this katana. This is all I need. If you decide to continue, I'll be at your side. I'm glad. Well, I better get back to work. Not siren work, maid work. I'll see you later. I see you're with the Golden Maidens. I understand. You're on a mission. Talk to you later, okay? I see you're with the Golden Maidens. I understand. You're on a mission.
God damn it, woman, just talk to me. Alright, so we're heading to Markov. This is officially the start of Chapter 3, I think? There are 5 chapters.
Just tell me what you desire.
All right then.
How are you doing? Need a break?
So you were Matari's first person. I mean, I will be the second. The 5 maidens are her puppets. I'm guessing that's a true symbol of Matari. Okay. Gotta get the Markov. Easiest way we do that, White Run Stables.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. Never been to Markarth? Some say it was built by the dwarves. I don't believe a word of it though.
Come on, ladies, in the carriage, we gotta go.
First time in Markarth, traveler? Take my advice. You see anything, don't get involved. The city guard will take care of it. See? Head on in. Keep your nose clean, and you won't have any problems with us.
Oh, forewarning to when, murder happens. Oh, by the way, I haven't had the murder yet. Shit. I gotta get my bow ready.
Stop that! Huh? I was sure I heard something.
Damn it.
Everyone, stay back. The Markarth city guard has...
Do you bother everyone this much?
Yeah?
What is it? Do you bother everyone this much?
That's a custom DLC character, like, not DLC, auto character.
The sisters are communing with Debella. They can't be disturbed. You'll have to come back another time.
It feels good to be back. The scented fragrance. Everything is just like I remember. Anywhere in the city, really. Don't just stay by the front entrance or you might get ambushed. We do plan on having some additional company, so keep an eye on anyone suspicious that will come and go. Before you leave, don't be afraid to introduce yourself to the captain. She's an interesting woman and don't worry, this will only take a few hours.
Only a few hours? Oh, charger.
Hi there. Debella's
I'm
blessing
going to enjoy this. Today is a special occasion.
Others should be joining us soon.
Commander, quaint way. Funny story how that last bit happened. Your sirens did a mighty fine job getting in touch with my people in... I had just escaped some low-life Sayesi's pit with nowhere to run and nothing to do. Got wind of your little operation from an escapee camp and decided to pitch in. Now I'm smuggling refugees by the dozens into Tamriel and making some gold on the side with contracts. Help an entire race and help myself to your 5 lovely courtesans. Fair trade. So what do you call them? Whores? Huh. Don't worry. They couldn't care less what you call them, as long as you give them a wild ride. I call her the Catalyst. She's a cargo vessel, but we've given her some armament so she can put up a good fight. All sorts of pirates patrolling the eastern coast of Tamriel. Just waiting to snatch some exotic goods from the occasional entrepreneur that has business in Okkavir, such as yours truly. Heavens, we, do regular business with the local ports. Stuff like that keeps us going. From what I heard, you're not authorised to know about the fleet size, or its capabilities. Couple of additional shipping vessels that pick up our slack, maybe some other kinds, but yeah. What are you getting at? See, I honestly don't care what fights you kids get into, or with who. I'm not a siren. So, as a business partner, but listen closely. Whoever your old boss Marcus Pinder wanted dead, God's help them. Nosy, we have business to discuss. Shipments to schedule, deliveries to plan. But first, it gets boring bedding the wenches over in Anvil and the amateur bards in Solitude over and over. These maidens, they sure are one of a kind. And I see they got that new red-haired girl. Always wondered when they would replace that ever so elusive 5th maiden that I kept hearing about. A red guard, or something. You're calling me promiscuous? I've been out at sea for months without even seeing a single soul. If you're talking about the maidens, nah, if you've got the looks, why let them go to waste? Come on, I know they're not going to let you stay. You, the scruffy-looking warrior that's been cursed with guards. Nah, your only chance with me would be if we were stuck in Oblivion. This is not Oblivion. Ah, apparently the first maiden. Never knew her, and apparently the girls just saw her for the first time 10 years ago. What they tell me was that she was getting up there in terms of age. No wonder they didn't just kick her out rather than wait for her to croak. Good idea. See you on the other side, land dog. What do you need?
Hi.
I'm sorry. The Temple of Dibella is closed. You can receive.
Alright, so we need to patrol the area. Sorry,
Is
I
there
was
something
thinking.
I can do for you? Need something? Dibella's blessing to you.
You said it. Doesn't matter. So, are you selling those women or what? They're here to worship the Bella, aren't they? Kicked me out of the temple, they did. Said I was no good for their blessing. A lot of her believers here today. Maybe to see you're winning. Look, I'll pay. If they're eager to please, then why not make some gold while they're at it? Shoot. I thought you were their master. Just a bodyguard then, eh? Fine, bodyguard.
Goddamn racist.
Gods. Are you alright? Did you see what happened? Oh, I think you dropped this. Some kind of note.
Not get involved in that.
You don't know anything about this house? No. Anyone seen anything in the legion? Strange lights or unusual noises? It's abandoned.
What does it
It's always been abandoned.
Guess what? I survived. It's me. I didn't get the chance to say it. It's been over 200 years since I had a body to call my own. And a millennia since I've been able to walk. Everything is so perfect. I can finally live and die like a mortal. I've done a lot of thinking over the years. I've gone to the afterlife and back. It's making me dizzy. Time to keep things simple. No more cults to join, no more sacrifices. I've already told you that this isn't my fight. Sometimes the world would be better off without people like us, trying to change things for the better. Then here. You've made your decision. You're going to keep up the good fight, and Kasha asked me about Sky's Divide. I can't show you where it is, but this map will lead you to a sealed-off dwarven ruin that my people have dubbed as Legacy Bastion. There, you will find the answers that will set you and bring about the final confrontation that comes with the Observer's. When I saw you walk into Markarth with the Maidens, I figured you would ignore any attempt I made to turn you down. So I drew you the map. Hard to forget where the Bastion is. It's where I found my old sword that your lizard friend now has. I'm not one to crush somebody's hopes, and I might not believe. And if you do, I'll see you on the other side, yeah? We're all doing what we need. The gold. They're not in that temple to worship Dibella. They don't care about any goddess of love or her teachings. They're only there. They did the same with my goddess. They infiltrated my realm, pretending to be believers. They made it so easy for us to fall. They blended right in with the fancy dresses and died. And then they died. We found their scorched bodies in the barracks, killed by the mistress, you know all too well, because they nearly exposed her. That's all they are to her. Disposable. So, I want you to know, you should be very, very afraid of what they're capable of. Before Matari makes a move on you, they will. Well, I've had enough to talk about for a few lifetimes. Time to buy myself a cozy waterfront cottage over in the Imperial City. I'll be right up with you too.
Okay then, knocked out from behind it is.
Wake up, wake up, lousy woman. Hey, look at me. I have some questions for you. You are being held for ransom. In exchange, we are demanding that your captain Cordinale see their ship, the Catalyst. This would have been much easier had we captured your Ashen women. I wonder if you were worth anything. In your time of need, they were nowhere to be found.
Well, how important our contractor didn't say there'd be some sort of bodyguard. In a past life. But I am still loyal to our creed. So you're the Ashen lover. I had a feeling it was you. Small world. This is what we've been driven to do. Reduced to privateer work, plundering ships along the coast. Whatever contracts we can take lets us relive the good old days before the Ashen shamed us. I need to think. All due respect, this job went straight to the gutter because of you. You want to know why we really do this? When we were banished, we lost our honor. So now, outside of the Brotherhood, we can do something different. We make our own terms. It's been good work so far.
Did we keep you waiting?
I need to rob all of them. Remain by the smelter while I stay at my vantage point. We will both see them pass through the gates, but to you, the lure them to seduce areas, so make sure I can attempt. Man, that was a son we murdered. Let's ransack the boat real fast, please and thank you. soon imagine that you have an equal distaste for an action. Gonna rob everybody.
Did I interrupt something important? Then I relieved you of undeserved torture. Ah, I see. No mystery as to why he was no longer with them. Being an assassin requires a sense of your surroundings. Good healing.
Thanks, Lynn.
That was too easy.
Yeah, I can see that. No, I never actually went down the pickpocketing tree. Oh, fuck my eyeballs. Painted troll fat. Jeez. I can have everything in this one, I don't too.
Any good loot to take back home?
We came as fast as we could. Of all the enemies that could have come after us in Markarth, it was pirates that... You sure do get yourself into a lot of trouble. Maybe you're the one. Well, I see the corpse of a Dark Brotherhood assassin. The others just look like a bunch of regular troublemakers. We came as fast... You sure do get yourself into a... Well, I see... I take it these are the band of pirates led by a group of Brotherhood outcasts. Cordonelli mentioned them. We never got demands. We had a feeling something was wrong when we couldn't find you around Markarth. We tracked them down to the Solitude docks, jumped on a small boat and followed you here. Anyway, I think that's enough about them. We have to focus on Purity and the heroes. At least we took care of a potential problem for Cordonelli.
No,
She needs all the relaxation she can get on the job. She's gonna be pretty busy
my
the
Twitch
next few
chat
days as
crashed
she
again.
gathers
Give
her
me
next batch of
a second, too,
supplies.
guys.
I figured you should make the call. I've blocked the door in case there are any additional crew members. What we could do is send a team of sirens to... We'll hand it over to Cordonelli and she can decide what to do with it. Or we could just burn it and spare our sisters the trouble. What do you think? Good. Let me know when you're done looking around. I don't want to leave Zana by herself for too long. Taking care of some business. The pirates weren't the only danger that was lurking in Markarth.
Let's go.
Climb down into the boat and we'll be off. Zana should be southwest of Northall. Let's go find her so we can all go home.
Be a long sprint. Fuck it. Good day, good sir.
I know it's what everyone says. To go to new places and see the world. It's true.
Fucking really. Give me this. Thank you. Which direction am I running? The right. How much more running do I gotta do? $100, I'm not even halfway there yet. want to go past Markov. Worth all. We're almost there.
What's the Jarl going to do about it?
How are we supposed to do
Come on, maidens, keep up. There she is. Alright, why is Serenity dead?
There was still a part of her that hesitated before each kill. That is unacceptable behavior for a maiden. We must let go of what we believe is right and wrong in order to serve Matari. Because this woman... Our scouts reported that there was an explosion on the Pazarath rooftop during the battle, but I have no idea how she managed to escape. At long last. For those with acute senses sharpened by Matari, you can't ignore a presence like Serenity. She was called a being of love by Marcus, and a liar by her mistress. Until now, I never understood how she could be both. Looking at Serenity, all I see is a reflection of what I once was. It's pitiful. I wonder how I could have ever been such a fool. Then I realized something. All of us were once like Sana, living this wonderful lie of love. All we need is a little push to escape and find the truth. And we found it. Her name is Matari. This always ends the same. When the body and soul are united, death is permanent. What Serenity did was suicide. She could have lived on for eternity as a disembodied soul. But maybe, after all these years, she just wanted to feel the joy of living. And live she did. So thank you, Serenity, for showing me what it's like to be. We need to go. What happened here is strictly classified. Commander, take the lead once more. The sooner we get there, the better. This is a very sensitive subject, but I suppose avoiding your question. Yes, there was another Golden Maiden. She was Matari's first and the lead maiden. When she died at Pazarath, I took... Matari believes in a rule of 6. There can be no more than 5 maidens at a time, and 1 mistress. I really don't know. She was here before the rest of us. We only saw her once. 10 years ago, at Pazarath. We had some... After that, we never saw her again. Shortly after the attack on Pazarath, we learned that she was dead. And I can assure you, Zell and the First Maiden are 2 very different people.
She was a Red Guard. Gods, I do wonder how old she would be right now. Too old to be a golden... It isn't fair. Why should a non-Ashen serve as a golden maiden? The lead maiden, no less. If they are bound to grow old and gray at a faster rate than my kind. We are supposed to be beautiful. Oh, I was jealous. The first maiden was Matari's favorite. Always in the shadows. But that's over now. These days, things aren't in such shades of gray. Only the mistress knows. Maybe 5 maidens are easier to manage before it simply gets too crowded to have fun. That's classified. No danger. There are just some things that should stay secret until we're sure they would do no harm. For the sake of the war effort, after all. Good. I don't like dwelling on the past. We scheduled some additional shipments from the captain and let off some steam. So yes, we got exactly what we wanted.
Let's go talk to Matari. You know, now I think about it, I'm really disappointed in the battle path. I was expecting wave after wave of people to fight. So I got like some co-op shit. Oh, for real.
Don't tell me anything. I like finding things.
Mistress, the mission was a success. We also managed to neutralize a pirate ship that
Your
posed a
pool's
threat to
white now.
Cornwall.
What
You're
brought
black.
you to the enemy ship?
They captured the poor commander. So we set out to rescue her. Isn't that right?
I see. What is the status of the ship?
Intact. I'd like to request a recovery team so we may remove any additional sailors trapped inside the ship. We can then hand it over to Cordonali.
Elder, you are free to organize as you please.
Mistress, there's one last thing to report. We found Serenity's avatar. Per protocol, I had Zana kill her.
I sensed the death. With Serenity erased from existence, we no longer have to be wary of her clan's influence on the world. Zana.
Yes?
Good work.
Thank you, Mistress.
I believe each of you is now fit to lead the Sirens to glory. Is that correct, Melody?
Ready. We can get started right away.
Then you will find a list of work to be done in the armory. Melody, before you go, I wish to speak to you. The rest of you are dismissed. Your capture is disturbing. You are important to the war effort, and we cannot risk losing you. Do so. We do not have the time or resources. Perhaps you are in need of the personal siren servants I promised you. Do not ask me about that woman. I will tell you everything you wish to know. 1. There is an underground palace in southern Cyrodiil that once belonged to Purity. After your only a small collection of our sisters remain at the Cyrodiil Palace. She is my right-hand woman. She lacks the charisma that is required to become a golden maiden, but is just as skilled in combat. Let me hear your voice.
Mistress Matari and I may speak in...
Alright guys, thank you everybody so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.